Most expensive construction projects ever built. The amount spent creating some of the most iconic structures, in terms of buildings, in the world is shockingly eye-watering. Don't forget to watch today's video till the very end, as today we'll give you a rundown of the 10 most expensive construction projects ever built. Cost overruns are the greatest risk to any construction project, large or small. Without accurate cost estimates, project costs can balloon out of control. In our latest roundup, we not only reveal the biggest, boldest, and most expensive construction projects being built on Earth or over it, but also their runaway costs. Surprisingly, an astonishing 98% of megaprojects will incur a cost overrun of more than 30%. In fact, 77% of large construction projects are at least 40% late, dragging average construction profitability down each year. A megaproject is generally defined as large-scale, complex ventures that typically cost $1 billion or more, take many years to develop and build, involve multiple public and private stakeholders, are transformational, and impact millions of people. And if there is one iron law of megaprojects, according to expert Ben Fleibjerg, it is over budget, over time, over and over again. While there are undoubtedly several causes that contribute to cost overruns, the single greatest factor is inaccurate cost estimates that lead to change orders and schedule changes. Faulty cost estimation is implicated so much in budget creep amongst these large projects that governments around the world are instituting new cost estimating risk procedures, such as cost estimate validation process or reference class forecasting, to improve the accuracy of cost estimation for megaprojects and the ability of firms to deliver megaprojects on budget without altering specifications or changing schedules. Budget creep is such a problem that some firms have been specifically commissioned for megaprojects to recommend cost containment actions. Because some megaprojects' budgets are larger than the national GDP of many countries, it's not just companies that suffer when megaprojects go wrong, but national economies themselves. In this way, we must acknowledge how poor cost estimation contributes to these failures and how to improve cost estimating processes for future large, expensive construction projects. With this in mind, we'll now be providing you all, in no particular order, an exciting roundup of the top 10 most expensive construction projects ever built and the most common problems contributing to their soaring costs. Number 10. International Space Station, ISS. The International Space Station, ISS, has been described as the most expensive single item ever constructed. In 1998, the project was originally budgeted for $150 billion, making it the world's largest megaproject at the time construction began. A joint project developed in collaboration with 15 different nations, the space station's length is longer than a U.S. football field and was painstakingly constructed piece by piece, while in orbit via spacewalking astronauts and robotics in 30 missions over 10 years. However, the price tag for the station has only continued to balloon as the lifespan of the project increased and new sections and new equipment were added, a cost surplus that could have been preempted in the planning state. In fact, by 2030, when the project is now expected to complete, the total estimated cost of the station will be at least $230 billion. Some argue the final price tag will be closer to $1 trillion, dwarfing other space construction projects like the human Mars mission, which is expected to cost a meager $40 billion in comparison. Number 9. Kashagan Field. At $116 billion, the largest oil discovery in the Caspian Sea has seen the continuous development of the Kashagan fields. Shell, ExxonMobil, Total, China National Petroleum Corp., Kesmuna Gas, Inpex, and Ajib are working in collaboration to tap into around 13 billion barrels in the Caspian Sea. As well as man-made islands, there have been many difficulties in the construction, including leaks and problems drilling into fields of oil under high pressure. Operations are expected to start in 2017/18, with 13 billion barrels of oil expected over its lifetime. These operations in the Kashagan fields are expected to yield over 90,000 barrels of oil a day. Those safety concerns due to high pressure and leaks are causing delays in this project, upon which almost 90 billion euros has already been spent. Number 8. Forest City in Malaysia. Forest City is the smartest green city, or luxury residential development, being built in partnership with Country Garden, China's largest developer, as part of China's Belt and Road Economic Initiative. Begun in 2014, Forest City is constructed on 4 man-made islands off the coast of Jobert in Malaysia and set on over 3,425 acres against seagrass, flora, and fauna. The city is expected to be completed by 2035. Pitched by its developers as jade carved out of the ocean, the city tries to reimagine futurism from an ecological point of view, including applying the most advanced 3D multi-layered urban planning concept, with lush green surroundings, vehicles underground that remove automobile pollution, low energy consumption, and recycled rainwater. Phase 1 development includes a transportation hub, an exhibition center and clubhouse, a man-made beach, coastal commercial streets, luxury hotels, waterfront apartments, villas, and even an international school. Eventually, the city will include an international shopping paradise and premium hospitals. Villas surrounded by ocean water, seaside bungalows, vertical greeneries, sky gardens, and building facades covered with vegetation. Forest City is not just a dream city, it's a veritable utopia. Or so it would appear. Number 7. King Abdullah Economic City. Boasting luxury villages, an enormous airport and major universities, King Abdullah Economic City is anticipated to become a huge tourist attraction for Saudi Arabia. Amar properties are behind the construction of the Keek, which is located just over an hour away from Mecca. They are also responsible for the world's tallest building, the Burj Khalifa. Number 6. High-speed rail in California. If there were a poster child for megaprojects plagued by bad luck, California's high-speed rail project would be the most likely candidate for the award. The high-speed rail project, which is being built by 4,000 workers across the state, is devised to connect the megaregions of California and will be the first high-speed rail system in the United States when completed. Phase 1 of the project will connect San Francisco to the Los Angeles Basin in less than 3 hours at speeds exceeding 200 miles per hour. Phase 2 will extend the line to Sacramento and San Diego for a total of 800 miles. However, the project is not only over budget, but also experiencing massive delays. When the project was approved in 2008, it had an initial price tag of $33 billion, but that budget has since increased to at least $100 billion. Beset by delays, the project was supposed to be operational by 2020 and is now in danger of missing its new operational date of 2030 by at least 2 years, which will only increase cost overruns. Many of the issues that have plagued the project are the result of the state accepting the lowest bid by a design contractor with an extremely inaccurate cost estimate that promised $300 million in cost savings, but only delivered one expensive change order after another. Number 5. SONGDO International Business District. South Korea's SONGDO IBD is a smart city built on 600 hectares of land reclaimed from sea 65 kilometers from Seoul. Its ubiquitous technology allows residents to video conference with their neighbors, while sensors gather information to alert authorities to criminal behavior or tell passengers when the next bus is due. Designed to attract businesses and tourists coming from nearby Incheon International Airport, SONGDO IBD is planning replicas of landmarks from other cities, including Central Park, complete with deer and rabbits. Number 4. Dubai Land. The financial crisis hit the pause button on the construction of Dubai Land between 2008 to 2013, which has so far cost investors in excess of 58 billion euros. When it's completed, it will be the largest and most expensive entertainment facilities in the world, with design aspects that draw on Arabian folklore, as well as a Disney theme park and IMAX theater. Number 3. The U.S. Interstate Highway System. Construction on creating new routes and developing old ones to serve the U.S. Interstate Highway System began in 1956. Despite being over time and over budget, this has achieved what it was designed for. That is a more efficient transportation network, which could also aid the mobilization of infantry in an emergency. Not only are freight costs estimated to be 17% when using the HIS, but contraflow measures allowed quicker evacuation from New Orleans during Hurricane Katrina. Nebraska was the first state to see a complete system in 1974. 1992 marked the completion of the project, with the I-70 through Colorado. Number 2. Apollo Space Program. Yet another one on our list is the space program Apollo at $25.4 billion. It is an amazing feat of human endurance and technology and includes the 1969 moon landing. It took tremendous effort, but once the moon was landed on, interest gradually dwindled and the program was deemed too expensive to continue. Number 1. Kansai International Airport. Coming in at $29 billion, Kansai International Airport is in Japan's second largest city, Osaka. Planning started back in the 1960s and is certainly a feat of engineering. It balances on a man-made island in the water, making it hopefully immune to earthquakes and other freak accidents. Much of the budget was spent on metal support columns and other support pieces. A second terminal was added in 2012, connected to the original terminal via a free shuttle service. With that, we come to the end of the video.